Hi, my name's Lorna and I work as a facilitator at Flown, a platform that helps people achieve better states of focus without distraction through virtual co-working sessions. A lot of our members with ADHD and other neurological conditions access their Flown membership through the Access to Work grant. This is a UK government scheme that offers support to those with physical or mental health conditions or disabilities. Today, I'm going to be guiding you through the application to help answer any questions that you might feel unsure of and to act as a bit of a body double to get you through the arduous task of form filling. Now, if you're already familiar with the grant and just need help with the application, skip ahead using the YouTube chapters below. If you're new to the Access to Work grant, it's a UK government scheme that offers support to those with physical or mental health conditions or disabilities in need of support with their work. The kind of support you can receive will depend on your unique needs, and this could include help with managing your mental health at work, communication assistance, or gaining access to platforms like Flown to help you stay focused. If you're unsure of what support you can claim, your best bet is to get a workplace needs assessment. I've attached links in the description to some organisations that can help with this. If you're currently receiving support from organisations like Able Futures or Maximus, they can also apply for Access to Work support on your behalf. To be eligible for an Access to Work grant, there are a few requirements that you need to meet. Firstly, you need to be 16 years or older, currently employed or returning to work within the next 12 weeks. This can include arrangements such as standard employment on a full-time, part-time or self-employed basis, work trials, internships or apprenticeships. You must also live and work or be about to start or return to work in England, Scotland or Wales. Your place of work, be it home or office, and your income level won't impact your eligibility, nor will claiming the grant affect any benefits you currently receive. However, if you're doing unpaid work, such as volunteering, or you're a civil servant, you won't be eligible for this grant. Now, when it comes to disability, any health condition or disability that requires support to perform your job qualifies you for the grant. This includes conditions such as ADHD, autism, learning difficulties like dyslexia, mental health conditions such as anxiety or depression, and physical disabilities like being hard of hearing or using a wheelchair. If you need help with transportation costs, you'll need to provide evidence of your condition, but you don't need a formal diagnosis to apply for mental health support. And if you require support to manage your mental health at work, your Flown membership can be an eligible expense. If you'd like to learn more, there are plenty of helpful links in the description below. And remember, if you need to pause this video at any point or come back to it later when you're ready to apply, you can do that too. All right, let's get started. To apply for the Access to Work grant, you'll need to complete a form with 11 questions, and we're going to work through these together. You can pause at any point if you need some time and then pick up where you left off. I've even popped some chapters on the video so that you can find each question easily. If you haven't got the page open already, it's linked below, so go ahead and open it now and we'll get started. Question 1 asks, are you a civil servant? So this should be a quick one. The answer is no, because civil servants aren't eligible for the scheme. Question 2, what are your conditions or disabilities? So here you can put any condition that's relevant to you, such as ADHD. Co-occurrence is common with conditions like this. You might find yourself noting ADHD and dyslexia, for example. You don't need a formal diagnosis to be eligible. I'm going to put down ADHD here. Question 3, do you want some help to get to work? Well, I work from home, so that's a no from me, but you can put yes if your ability to get to and from your work is affected. Question 4, does your condition make it harder for you to do your job? You're going to choose yes here, and then you'll see a little drop-down box where you can tell us how it's harder. This is where you can talk about the challenges that you face in your profession. Now, this can be a real rabbit hole for many of us, and you might have a massive list of reasons for how your condition affects your job. My suggestion would be to pick out the key details and add them as bullet points so it doesn't become a stream of consciousness. For instance, you might write, because I have ADHD, I struggle with focusing. This affects my work because it makes it harder to meet deadlines and stay on task. Part 2 of this question then asks, do you do anything to get around these problems at the moment? Now, it may be that you've not yet found strategies that you can use, so you can choose no here. But if you're currently taking actions to navigate your condition, then when you hit yes, you'll have the opportunity to explain a little more about what you're doing. So I'm going to write here, I've been using the Flown 30-day free trial to help with my productivity and task prioritization. The third part to this question asks, do you know what you need to help you with this? Okay, so this is another meaty question. If you know exactly what you need, then that's great, you can put it down. So for instance, if you're looking to just have access to Flown, you might put Flown. A subscription to this virtual body doubling tool helps me stay focused and productive and directly improves my ADHD. Now, Access to Work has a £500 per individual recommendation. So Flown offers a 3-year membership for £495 or a 1-year membership at £180. Now, you can add this price to your application as well. So I'm going to write down here, Flown costs £495 for a 3-year membership. And then, of course, you can list whatever additional services or subscriptions you might also need. Now, if you're unsure of what you can claim or what to claim, I'd strongly suggest getting a workplace needs assessment, which is an impartial assessment to identify solutions to challenges experienced by an employee in their job. Links to some organisations that can help with getting a workplace needs assessment are in the description. Pause here if you need time to write, if you're not sure yet what services would be helpful for your condition, or if you're feeling uncertain about the application and would like some recommendations. All right, so the hard bit is done. The next few questions are to do with your employment. So question 5 asks your employment status. If you're self-employed, you'll need your UTR or unique taxpayer reference, which you can find on your personal tax account, on the HMRC app, or on previous tax returns. Select employed if you're about to start an apprenticeship, work trial, work experience, internship, or permitted work. Question 6, where do you work? So you're going to put your job title down. Firstly, mine is Flown Facilitator. And then you can put your employer. So if you're self-employed and you work from home, you can put your home address here. If you work for a company that's remote, put the address that your company is registered to or their office address if they have a permanent office. Question 7, how long have you been in your current job or role? Now, you might need to pause here to work this out. An easy way to get this information is to look through your emails and do a search for your job offer where you can find the date it was sent. You could also reach out to your HR department or manager for confirmation. And remember, this isn't a trick question. As long as you're in employment or about to start, you're all good. It's best to be as accurate as possible, but if you do accidentally get the date wrong, it's not the end of the world. Question 8, your workplace contact. This is the person at your place of work who can authorise payments for the items in your support offer and how they would prefer to be contacted. If you're concerned about your employer finding out or you've yet to speak to them about the grant, Access to Work will contact you beforehand. This is covered in question 11 right at the end. I'm going to put my finance team manager here, but if you work in a large organisation and you're struggling to find out who this would be, do take a moment to pause this and have a search. Now, if you're wondering why they're asking, it's to do with any cost sharing that may be applicable. This is in relation to special aids and equipment and adaptations to premises or equipment. Section 4 is all about you. This is easy peasy. You're going to fill in all of your personal details here. Now there's a bonus question asking, do you get any of these types of support? So you can click through choosing anything that applies to you. I'm going to click none of these, as none of these apply. Have you had any of these types of education support? Again, clicking anything that applies to you. I'm going to click none and continue. You've reached the final question. Who do you want to be contacted about your condition, award, or application? So options here are either yourself through phone or email, or someone else who can speak for you for people who need help with the application or communication skills. So I'm going to choose myself I'm going to pop in my email here. On this final page, you'll have an opportunity to review your application before submission. Once you've applied for the Access to Work grant, their team will contact you to discuss your application further. They may ask you for additional information about your job and condition, and they also might arrange an assessment to determine the best way to support you. When a decision is made, you'll receive a letter outlining the grant amount and what it covers. You've got 9 months to claim costs, and the process is detailed in your decision letter. Access to Work aims to respond within 5 working days and typically decides within 12 working days. The funds are available immediately after the decision is made, usually within 10 to 12 days. If you're applying for a grant to cover your flown membership, you've got 2 options. You can pay for the membership yourself and then invoice the Department of Work and Pensions directly. Alternatively, we can send you an invoice to forward to the DWP so that they can pay directly for the membership on your behalf. If you choose the latter option, email us at hello@flown.com with your name, contact information, address, and DWP reference number. Good luck with your application. If you've got any questions, remember you can drop them in the comments below, and don't forget to check out the helpful resources and links provided in the description.